Get started, I want to share with you my personal 3 sales principles. So these principles actually guide everything that I do later on in all of my interactions. And I think it's really important for you to keep these things in mind. So the first principle is that you sell to people and people buy from you and they buy you as a person. Okay, so you sell to people and people buy from people. Okay, even though we have brands, at the end of the day, when you're going to hire a service provider, I'm not talking about when you're buying your phone or a car, even though a car also sometimes you're buying it from a person. Usually you'll make the decision whether you want to work with this person. So you have to remember that it's all about people. What does that mean? It means that you need to remember that your prospect is a person. Okay, they're not just a wallet, they are not just a project, they don't just represent a business. They are actually people. They have hopes, they have dreams, they have fears, they have family, and like everybody in life, they are going to buy emotionally based on the emotion. Okay, they're going to justify it by logic. There is a very famous thing that people buy with emotion and then justify with logic. Okay, so you need to remember that their emotion comes from them being people. Okay, and the other thing is they look at you as a person. So if they love you, all right, you're almost there, because when people love you and they want to work with you, they'll buy with their emotion. They'll justify later why they picked you, but they're going to pick you based on emotion. So if they love you, you're good. If they don't love you, then you're in a problem. Even if you have an amazing portfolio, even if your price is good, even if you have a good value proposition, if they don't like you as a person, that's a problem. Okay, so you need to remember this is all about people, and it requires people skill, which is basically communication. Okay, listening to other people, understanding what's currently their emotional situation, what do they need, what do they like, what do they react bad to. So you need to be kind of aware of all of that. So that's my principle number one. Remember that it's all about people. The second principle is that people, and we talked about this, you don't like sales, but most people don't like sales, and they don't like feeling like they're being sold to. Okay, that feels a little bit spammy, and nobody really likes that feeling. We all have, because we're seeing so many ads and everybody's trying to sell us anything on the phone or everything. We have this immediate rejection or fear of everybody that's trying to sell me something. I don't want to talk to them, right? They're spammy. Okay, so we need to, even if they're actually trying to help me, I'm going to reject them just because I don't like being sold to. And that's just the situation of the world. So we need to keep that in mind. What does that mean? It means that you don't try to push something on them or sell to them. You're trying to help them. This needs to be your state of mind when you're talking to them, and you're going to help them as people, right? You're going to help their business, but at the end of the day, you're helping the person that you're working with succeed in what they're actually trying to do. Now, if they think that you care more about closing the deal than you care about them, then immediately you're losing trust and you lost the project, because people don't want to work with people who are look like they're only being concerned about the money, all right, more than they're concerned about you or helping you or something like that. The third principle is always be honest and transparent. So I'm never, of course, lying to my client, but I'm always telling them like what's about to happen. Okay, so basically I'm sharing my process with my client. So when we get started talking, and we'll dive into that, into the actual steps in the next video, but I'm actually telling them up front what's going to happen. So I'm going to tell them, look, I'm going to listen to you, and I'm going to listen to trying to figure out what you need and want. Okay, and I'm going to ask you some questions because I want to understand what's going on. Now, if I can help you, I'll tell you how I can help you. I'll tell you how much it's going to cost you. Okay, if I can't help you, or I think there's a better solution for you, I'll refer you to the right place. Okay, so let me go back here. What does that actually means? It means that I don't care. My top priority is not making a sale, is actually finding the best solution for them. And if the best solution is not me, I'm going to tell them where to go to find the best solution for them. That immediately positions me on their side rather on kind of a confrontational, and that's basically your goal. You need them to understand that you're not an opponent. It's not like a fight. Oh, I'm trying to get money from you and you're trying to get whatever, a discount from me. We're on the same side, okay? And I want to see them succeed, and I'm here to help them. And if I can help them, of course, there's a transaction here, but only if I can help them, and only if it's fair, and only if it's, helping them. And once they consider you kind of as a trusted advisor versus somebody that's trying to push something on them, they're actually going to want your advice. They're actually going to want to work with you because they know that you care more about their success than, your own business or closing that specific deal. Now, let's talk about how to put this in action.